No, you can't wait to see Wong. I get it. I just want to make sure that you don't think he's
She-Hulk. What has began as a one-off video has turned into weeks of pain. I now dread every Thursday because I know someone will talk to me about the She-Hulk episode. The opening scene of She-Hulk feels almost like the perfect representation of the show itself, using every trick they have at their disposal to get you interested, as you slowly lose interest and soon lose consciousness.
Donnie Blaze! Do the thing. Do it.
Donnie Blaze is the magician. You get it? Donnie Blaze? Johnny Blaze? Ghost Rider starring Nicolas Cage? That's an Easter egg. Laugh, you bigots!
Madison with 2 N's, 1 Y, but it's not where you think.
Wow. As the great.
I swear to Christ, Amy Schumer has to be a writer on this show. No. Don't talk to me, Jen.
You look happy.
God damn it.
I guess you saw that Wong is back. God, everybody loves Wong. It's like giving the show Twitter armor for a week.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
In the comics, Jen Walters' dad is a sheriff, and he has some testosterone left behind. In the She-Hulk TV show, he's the other dude from Perfect Strangers.
You are hysterical.
Now that's comedy.
In a show written by middle-aged wine moms, they will never skip the opportunity to do something on modern dating, namely Tinder apps, which at this point, if you're trying to find a serious relationship on a phone app, you are one step away from paying for a dating coach or matchmakers. Maybe that'll be next week's episode. Yum, yum.
Are you the woman who has everything except the man she wants?
Oh no, an average guy who clearly doesn't know how to talk to women, and he isn't classically handsome. By the way, he's under 6 feet tall. Ooh, gross, creepy.
Wow. See, that guy is exactly why I don't date.
Oh my God, you don't have to date that guy. Jesus. There are plenty of non-gross people out there for you to date.
Take notes, gentlemen. This is how modern women see you. This is toxic femininity. That's She-Hulk in a nutshell. The toxic feminist. It's like the toxic Avenger, but far less fun and interesting. Already this show is ridiculous. Women swipe right 5 to 10% of the time, while men swipe right 50% of the time. The fact that Jen Walters' sidekick is swiping right on dudes like a drunken guy in a toilet, I guess they're doing for some sort of comedic effect. I'm going to predict what the rest of the episode will be. A dating montage till She-Hulk comes across like a top 20% dude because the writing is that predictable. And then after they sleep together, there will be some sort of falling out because that makes men look like trash.
And then that's when the real filtering happens. Oof. Hetero life is grim.
Nikki.
Heterosexual dating is grim. Well, I gotta say it beats monkeypox and listening to It's Raining Men blasting for 24/7, but that's just my opinion.
How very dare you?
And predictably, we're treated to the dating montage. On what planet would a lawyer date a bummy dude? That never happens. The last time a woman with a better job dated a normal guy who was like a plumber, it was literally a New York Post article because it was just that rare. Oh, by the way, this guy's obviously trash.
No, officer, that stroller hit me. And that's how I got a lifetime ban from Winnipeg, Canada. That's why I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh, in what field?
TBD.
And that's kind of like the theme here. It's like Jennifer Walters is an allegory for most women in America being better than the men that they are forced to go on dates with because the quality of men is so low. Ugh, patriarchy. While that dating scene with Jennifer Walters and some broke loseristic dude was a complete stretch even for the MCU, And I watched Thanos snap half of humanity out of existence. I mean, let's be real here. A woman paying for a date is so rare. And the dude makes absolutely no attempt to do it. He like reaches for his keys. Yes, this happens all the time. Get out of here. The last date I was on cost me $300, including the tip, because the girl I was with annoyed the living hell out of my waiter, and I didn't want them spitting in my food. She didn't even come close to offering to pay for anything either. She didn't even hint at it. Nothing. You know what she did? She told me that the $50 tip was too much. But whoa, men are cheap pieces of garbage.
This is Alan. Yeah, she's like a 6, maybe.
Watching this scene again, it kind of hit me in a different way. Why is it such a big thing for the guy to pay anyway if Jen Walters is a strong, independent feminist and has boss bitch energy? Why is it feminism gets to pick and choose when it's strong and independent? But then when someone breaks into the house, all of a sudden that energy's long gone. And be realistic, this dude would totally simp for her because he's real low on the attractive scale. He's like below average and she's average. So this dude will probably be over the moon to be on a date with. Once again, it's bad writing where all men are garbage. Like the average dude is just trash. That's what this show tells you. It's like 9 times out of 10 men are garbage in this show. Even Jen Walters' father is weak. Great, more dating montages with She-Hulk. Did the VFX artists just throw their hands in the air and not even bother at least changing She-Hulk's clothes? Or did she schedule all these dates the same day, back to back, one after another at the same table, like a 304? Because that's how it's coming off.
I'm in medicine.
Ooh, what's that, like code for selling Adderall?
I'm a pediatric oncologist.
Oh.
Okay, this is the best part. A good-looking 6-foot-tall dude with abs who looks like a model is a pediatric oncologist. And I'm actually Spider-Man in my spare time. By the way, a pediatric oncologist is a physician whose special training and experience is to diagnose and treat blood disorders and cancer in children's, teens, and young adults. So the odds of this guy being a pediatric oncologist is like finding gold in your backyard. But hey, he's different. He listens. Because most men don't listen to women, by the way, because men are garbage. Oh, he's a sensitive man. He's reading The Bad Feminist. The fact these sorts of books are flashed in the show at all tells you all you need to know about the show itself. Granted, Bad Feminist isn't horrible, but it isn't great either. It has the usual tropes of feminist writing. Women need equal pay and protection. We need more inclusivity in feminism, which basically means more trans representation in feminism, which is a whole other can of worms in a war that's going on we're not getting into. Feminism only benefits white middle-class women. It's like a splinter cell faction of the feminist movement. I'm not going to give you a dissertation or my views on it so far, because I'm here to entertain you, not lecture you, you bigot. No! Finally, we're treated to an action scene that resolves the crappy magician's story arc. Not exactly what I'd want, you know, like a She-Hulk fight scene I'm picturing with Titana and cars and trucks are being chucked around. You're not getting that. Jamila Jamil can barely pick up her coffee latte, let alone a vehicle. Well, basically, after that, She-Hulk gets laid. Sassy. Give us the dirty deets, girlfriend. And then the doctor sees her the next morning in her human form, which, realistically, she would totally be a pump and dump for this type of dude in IRL. Hey, I don't make the rules, you do, ladies. But this is a play on men as a whole, having a one-night stand with a woman and then waking up and seeing her without her makeup, and then he books out. Because this is toxic masculinity and not false advertisement. I forgot to mention the Twitter stans were in full effect for this specific episode of She-Hulk, because many people pointed out the likelihood of a woman who looked like the star of She-Hulk getting that buff, good-looking dude was slim and next to none. Of course, the Twitter stans rushed to their queen's defense. This is kind of like the Twitch thought simpery that you're used to, but now it's for celebrities on fledgling TV shows that odds are will be forgotten in 10 years. Except for when a new one comes out and everyone pretends like the show is groundbreaking when it was really just tanking.
She's a straight 10. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong. Hashtag She-Hulk. She's a 10. Stay mad.
Very, very hot. Not that that matters, but it does.
No, she's a total mid, and the fact that you think she's a 10 is either A, you're a woman, so that means you don't tell the truth anyway.
What would you guys rate yourselves 1 to 10?
10.
A motherfucking 10, baby.
Everyone is a 10. That's the thing, like, everyone is a 10. Everyone is unique. Everyone is special.
You done?
Okay, what would you rate yourself 1 to 10?
11. I'll say a 5. Yeah, I'll say a 5.
I'll say a good 7.
No, I don't.
Or B, you're a dude who never got laid. So this would be Mount Olympus for you.
Nah, she's a 9. Just for the first episode, TBH, she was right in what she just said. Wish she said it to anyone other than Bruce. Or hell, she could have just worded it differently.
Thank you, clumsy wizard. I hope you cast a spell and blow your dick off.
Her getting no matches on the dating app is the least realistic thing that has ever happened in the MCU.
That's actually true, Kevin. A woman could get on a dating app and have a pulse and get at least 50 matches in like an hour.
I'm just gonna come right out and say it. This show has given me a crush on Tatiana. That dude who left her at the end of the episode 4 did the biggest fumble I've ever seen in a superhero show. How could you leave this lady high and dry like that, bro?
You poor little man. I pity your existence in dating. I give up. I'm out. To read a Twitter stan timeline on a Marvel show or movie is like huffing lacquer paints. You're killing brain cells by the second. And the show ends with Titana suing She-Hulk over the name She-Hulk because Titana trademarked it. So basically, Titana's a patent troll. What fun! Can't wait for next week's episode. This would be far better than both of them fighting in the city from Titana trying to rob a bank, am I right? Isn't it more fun that Titana's an influencer? But this show genuinely sucks, and I hate watching it now. For every one little joke you could laugh at, there's 22 other minutes of just pure butt kiss, where you're like, oh man, this sucks. May the Japanese take over the entertainment industry, because at least they care about their properties. This episode was monumentally boring, where nothing interesting happened, and it failed to keep my attention. I give it a 1.9 out of 5.